welcome back to another Roblox scripting tutorial. This one has been long awaited. Today we're going to be making our first lightsaber script. This one might be a bit longer video while we cover some more advanced topics like animations and particles and other things like that. So if you want to follow along, make sure you pause the video whenever we write code so you can copy it down and ask questions on the Discord channel, which will be in the description. So, first thing we're going to want to do is find a lightsaber. Now, I can't build to save my life, so I'm just going to be using a free lightsaber. I'm going to be using like the hilt and the beam here, but I'm going to get rid of all the scripts because we are going to be making our own. I'm also going to get rid of all the sounds and everything else that's in these. And I'm going to where is it? There. Oh my. Let's see if we can get another one that looks better than that, because that is going to be a pain in the butt to work with. Let's see this one. Actually, you know what? No, this one will be fine. Oh crap. Alright, so I'm just gonna make that invisible. So right here we have our saber. Just gonna group that so I can move it around. Actually no, never mind. So we have our saber here, we have our handle. So every tool needs to have a handle. The handle is where the player will hold their lightsaber, and if you go down into the properties menu where it says surface, the front surface is where the front of the handle will be pointing. So if we put just a normal person down, NPC, and they were holding a tool, the front of the handle, let's just put another part in. So the front surface, that yellow highlighted surface, is going to be pointing that way, and the top is going to be pointing up. So make sure you guys build your handles accordingly to that. And we are also, make sure you guys have another part at the very tip of your lightsaber like that, so we can put some particles in it later. I'll be talking about that later though. And yeah, so let's get into the coding. So we're going to click on our lightsaber. We're going to click this little plus button. That's the new feature Roblox has added since the last video. It just makes it's a nice way to search for objects if you want to insert them. So we're going to type in folder and click enter. We're going to name this folder scripts, and we are going to create a local script. Back out of that, normal script, and out of that, and we're going to also insert a remote event, and make sure you guys turn filter enabled on. Alright, so we're going to name this server script server, and this client script client. Doesn't really matter what you guys name these scripts, it's just to help organize. And we're going to name this saber event. So let's start out in our, actually no, we're not going to jump to the code quite yet. Actually, before I forget, I'm going to save this. Remember to save it is Alt-P. Let's come over here. Saber video 1. Actually, this brings up another point. All of these videos will be able, you'll be able to access them on the Roblox group, which will also be in the description. You can just go into the game and click edit, and it'll bring up this whole world here for you. Alright, so in that little part that you added at the very top, we're going to click the plus button, and then we're going to add a particle emitter. So as you guys see, that creates particles like that. That doesn't really look like a lightsaber. So what we're going to do is come over to our decals, and we're going to type in soft circle. Click our particle emitter, click the soft circle that you want, and it's going to insert a decal inside your particle emitter. You're going to copy those last numbers in the URL of the texture and come down to where it says texture in the particle emitter and paste that there. Oops, if that happens, if you accidentally put on your base plate like that, just go into your workspace and delete the decal. So, as you guys can see, that is way too long. So what we're going to do, we're going to play around with the time, the lifetime here, until we are happy with the length of our lightsaber. So that's still a bit too long. Let's try 1 second. 1 second might not be long enough. That looks about right. Actually, no, that's a bit long. How about 0.7? Nope. 0.8. That's a good length. So now what we're going to do, we are going to, let's get rid of that. We're going to click our handle in the our Explorer menu here. We are going to click Control D to duplicate it, click our scale tool, and then we're going to drag it up to the very tip of our particle. And then we are going to make the transparency 1, delete anything you might have inside that, and we're going to name this Saber. So this is like an invisible hitbox around the saber, so when you hit a player, it's going to actually damage them. For our particle emitter, we are going to add another one, and we are going to name this one Color. Oh, I spell color the British way. Sorry. We're going to name the other one White, and we're going to change the color of our color one to the color of your lightsaber. So I want a blue lightsaber. Okay, so that's driving me nuts. Okay. Let's change the size of the blue. And oh god, okay. Okay. You're going to want to change the Z offset of your color to 2, so it's not getting that weird mix with the white. We're going to change the size of it to, let's do 0.5, and change the white to 0.8. And we're going to change the transparency of our blue to, let's do 0.5. Actually, I'm just going to look at some of what the other sabers have done. It's okay to use free models as a reference. Just try not to use them in your games too often, if you can avoid it. Oh, okay, I got it backwards. That was my problem. Oops. Yeah, okay. So we are going to name the white color, and we're going to name the color that we had before white, and then we're just going to change around the values of them. So our new white should be white, and our new color should be, the blue that we want. Okay, that's much better. So we're going to want to make sure our Z index of the white, it didn't actually change color. Z index of the white is higher than the blue, so it's on top. That's pretty dark blue. I'm just going to change the color of it. There we go. And you guys see how it kind of, I don't know how to describe it, like it doesn't seem constant. So what we're going to do, we're going to come down the rate, and we're going to increase the rate of both. Alright, so now you see it looks pretty constant. All we have to do now is change the sizes to match to make it what we want them to look like. So that's a pretty good size for the white, 0.3, and for the color, I think 0.5 is pretty good. What's the saber look like? Maybe we can make the white part a bit thinner. Oh, that's way too thin. How's that look compared to the free model? Alright, so it looks like our blue is a bit much. That looks pretty good. Alright, so let's get rid of the free model. And now what we're going to do, we're going to click on our color and click Control D 3 times. And we're going to do the same thing with our white, Control D 3 times. So that makes it even clearer. Alright, that looks pretty good. I'm happy with that. I hope you guys are happy with yours. Remember, if you want it to be a green color, all you have to do is change the color to green. There's nothing saying that it has to be blue. And just remember, you copy and paste it 3 times. But I like the blue because blue's my favorite color, as some of you guys already know. Alright, so we're going to come to our client. And actually, also guys, I changed up my colors a bit for the scripting. So if you want to see what the new colors are, if you really care that much, they're right here. I think I also changed my font up here. So if you guys want to copy that, you can. I'm just going to zoom in a bit so you guys can see. So we are going to start off all our scripts like we do with the other ones. We're going to name it client. We're going to put your name, so made by Captain Lettuce. And then we're going to do last updated, and the date today is December. I can't type, oh my gosh, December 2017. I also changed the way I format my code a little bit, so bear with me on the new method. You guys should pick it up pretty fast. It's not too complicated. You guys will see it. With the old method, we used to do stuff like main, and then we'd kind of make it look like this. With the new method I've been using, I'm going to be doing it like, and then backslash twice. It's going to be looking like that. I just find that looks a bit cleaner, in my opinion. So let's name this one storage. Let's name one setup. And yep, that should be it. So let's do local tool equals script.parent.parent. Local player equals game.players.localPlayer. What else do we need? I guess we can do one for the handle. Local handle equals tool wait for child handle, and local that little tiny brick that we added at the very top of our saber, we're gonna name that emitter. So we can do local emitter equals tool wait for child emitter. Actually, I should bring up this too. So if we write tool and then do a colon, you guys see how this menu pops up? This is just like a fast way to finish your code. So if we type in wait for child, you guys see that it pops up pretty fast. And if you click enter, it just finishes it for you. So it's a pretty quick way to write your code instead of having to write out every single word. Sometimes it doesn't pop up, but usually it does, and when it does, you guys should always use that. And also this wait for child thing is just because when our game first loads, not everything is loaded immediately. And if we try to reference this tool emitter before it's actually loaded, we're going to get an error. So we're just going to tell the script to wait until that emitter has actually gone into the saber. I'm going to remove those. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that should be good. We are also going to have to do local user input. Actually, no, we're not going to use that. Ignore that. We're going to do local mouse equals player get mouse. Yeah, we can use that. Okay, so down here in the main, we are going to do mouse.keyDown connect function key. So when a player clicks, the mouse is the mouse, but it's also the keyboard. So don't get confused by this mouse. It's also the keyboard. So now you guys have to decide what button you want the person to click to open their lightsaber. So in my case, I'm going to use Q. So I'm going to do if key equals Q, then also the key has to be a lowercase letter. That's just the way Roblox registers it. So you have to make sure your key is a lowercase letter, or else it will not work. Yeah, so if key equals that, then we're going to ignite the lightsaber. So we're going to come up here. We're going to make a new one of these sections, and I'm going to call this functions. And we're going to make a new function called ignite. So this is where our I'm going to make it look like that. This is where our saber will like open up. So we're going to add a sound in a couple minutes. So we're going to play the sound, and we're also going to turn our emitters on. So we're going to go to our emitter part. Actually, we're going to do for v in pairs emitter get children do. Then we're going to write if v dot class. Actually, no. We're going to just do v dot enabled equals true. So we're going to come back to our game, and in our emitter part, we are going to highlight all our emitter parts and turn enabled off. So it's off. Where is enabled? There it is. We are going to come up here to our free models and type in weld, and this Q perfection weld. Actually, no. Let's type in tool weld. Actually, this might work. Let's just plop it in. Then we're going to move this to our starter pack, or your lightsaber, and let's go in. Alright, now click Q, and see our saber turns on. It's kind of wavy. Let's fix that. That is bothering me. Okay, let's turn off the waviness. What's causing that? Oh, if I can't figure that out, that's gonna bug me forever. I have an idea. Let's bring this back to our workspace. Let's turn all our emitters on. And what we're going to do, we're going to change the speed of them to 10. And we're going to cut our lifetime down to 0.4. That should be okay. Let's bring that back to our started pack. I hope that fixes it. Oh, I know why. That's an easy fix. Oh, I feel stupid now. Then come down to your emitter part and make sure this lock the part thing is clicked and turn off enabled. Yeah, lock the part has to be on. There you go. That's better. Alright, so yeah, that's working. Down here, because of the weld script we're using, we have to do another line of code. We're going to do for, let's do k in pairs, v, actually no, sorry, that's stupid, ignore that. We're just going to do if v dot class name equals particle emitter, then, and then we're going to add an end and all that, and then we shouldn't get an error down there anymore. Yeah, there we go. And we're also going to have to do, so we're going to do if on equals off or false, then on equals true, and ignite. Actually no, just ignite. Get rid of that on equals true. We're going to add the on equals true up here, and then we're going to do else, and then we're going to write Seath. Is that what's something like that? Let's just Google search that quickly.
Hello, Captain Litas.
Okay, that's right. Get out of there, Roblox Plus. So we're gonna have to do a new function that's called Seath. So we're just kind of copy our ignite function and put Seath as the name. On equals false, and we're going to change that to false. And then up here in our storage, we're going to do local on equals false. So now when we click our queue, it should open and close. Open, close, open, close, open. It's fun. Now it does do it backwards, which is kind of annoying. Is there a way we can fix that? I mean, we could just completely remove them. Okay, let's do this. For Seath, we are going to do up here, right, local emits equals that. We are going to do table.insert emits v, and then v dot parent equals nil, and then down here we're going to do for I equals 1 hashtag emits do emits I dot parent equals emitter. Actually up here too, v dot enabled equals false. So what this is doing, it's we're keeping a reference to our emitter, but we're going to remove it from our part so it doesn't do that weird thing where when we close it, it sends our I don't know how to describe it. So like now you guys can see the difference that it just completely deletes itself. It just looks better that way. So then what we do, we delete them all, put them right after, we add them back to our part. And then, yeah, so that makes it look better, in my opinion anyways. Alright, so let's save that. Head on over to roblox.com. Click develop. Click library, audio, and we are going to type in lightsaber. So let's just look at a few different lightsabers and see if we can find a sound that sounds good. That sounds like a good close one. What is that? That's also a good close one. Nope. That's a decent on, I guess. That's a good attack one. That's a better on. That's a good hum. I think we have everything we need now. So we have a close. I like that second close better. We have this turn on. And this turn on. We're going to use that second one. We have a lightsaber cut. Not bad. And a hum effect. If you guys see, these two audios are made by the same person. So let's see if he has any more sabers on his account. So downtown, inventory, audio, wherever that is. Let's see if we can find it. We use Darth Vader breathing. That's pretty cool.
I find your lack of faith disturbing.
Does he have any other? Oh, these are good swings, I guess. That's a bit deep for our hum, but we might be able to make it work. Hit, swing, swing. What else does he have? That's probably all we'll need actually. So we have a lightsaber swing. Hum. Or we can use this one. I like that one. We're not going to use the deep one. I like number 2 more. Alright, so we have all our sounds now. So we're going to come back to our game. In our handle, we're going to type in sound. We're going to name this one Ignite. We're going to copy our ID here from the Ignite and put it into our game. We're going to name another one Seath, which is the power down. Name another one Swing. And let's get Saber Swing in. And what else do we need? And then we need the hum. Oops, where is the name? There it is. Hum. For the hum, we are going to also make sure that the looped is turned on. So it just keeps repeating. So if we click our preview and it gets to the end, it's going to go right back to the beginning. Now it's not super clean, so if you guys want to get your own, then go ahead. I'm not going to stop you, obviously. Actually, yeah, I think that's all the sounds we'll need. So let's come back to our script. And where it says Seath, we are going to do handle.seath play handle.hum stop and an ignite dot ignite play and hum play. So let's see how that sounds. So those are a bit loud, or the hum is at least. Let's turn the hum down to 0.3 in the volume. Is that annoying yet? Alright, I like that. I hope you guys like that too, obviously. So that's that. Now, a problem with this is because we have filter enabled turned on, and we are doing this from a client script, only the player that's holding the lightsaber will be able to see the emitters and hear the sounds. So to fix that, we are going to come over to our server script. We're going to copy everything at the top here. I'm just going to name this server storage setup main blah blah blah. So storage here, we're going to do local remote. Actually, for storage, we're going to copy everything here. We are going to get rid of player and mouse. Yeah. And then here we're going to do local remote equals script.parent wait for child saber event. And then down in main we're going to do remote.on server event connect function player type. And then we're going to do if type equals ignite then, oops. So now we're going to go to our client script and copy everything in our ignite function. So Control X and then Control V. and then we can get rid of that function there, and we're going to make another one that says sheath. I think that's how you say it. If type equals, or sheath, is that how you say it? Sheath, then that. Alright, so now here we're going to get rid of that sheath function. We're going to add actually a remote one here. So in our server script, we're going to copy that, bring it to our local. So we're going to do remote fire server ignite and remote fire server sheath. Let's try this. It should work fine. Oops. Oh, and we also have to make sure we are changing the on. Actually, we're actually going to remove some of that, and we're just going to do remote fire server ignite. Then what we're going to do here is if on equals false, then on equals true. Remove that end, copy all that, click tab, type end at the bottom, else, and let's get all that under the else, and then get rid of that. Alright, so what we have here is if on equals false, we are going to do this code. If on equals true, we are going to turn the saber off by running this code. Let's try this. That looks like it's working fine. So in our client now, we can get rid of that local on because we don't need it. And that's it. So you guys will soon find that in this code, most of the code we're going to be doing is in our server script. The only thing that we're going to be doing in our local script is keys, animations. Yeah, that's basically it. Keys and animations. We'll do animations in the next video. So we're going to be talking about our sorry, that was a yawn. We're going to be doing our attack animations, our holding the lightsaber animations, flip animations, and all that good stuff. So we will do that in the next video. Yeah. Is there anything else we can do? I think that is it for this video. In the next couple of videos, we will be making kind of like a Star Wars game. Kind of like I know a lot of you guys have your own Star Wars groups, so I will be going through individual steps that you guys will need for your Star Wars games, like making a lightsaber, making like a blaster, like a gun. We are also going to be making a better Morph UI menu because I was not really happy with the last one we made, and I have some new tips and tricks to tell you guys because that was my first playlist, and obviously your first one's never the best one, so we are going to be redoing that. Also, I'll be teaching you guys how to make a basic map. I'm not the best at building, as I've said before, but I can teach you guys how to make a decent, low quality, well, not really low quality, like medium quality map with all our scripts in it. And yeah, so that's it for this video. Hope to see you guys in the next one. Remember, Roblox group and Discord links will be in the description.